Hello everyone, my name is PolishLynx. Welcome back to Everlasting Summer. Or just welcome if you start from here. After the camp leader left, I went back to the cabin and decided to wait for breakfast here. Well, I'm not planning on taking part in community life today. Cleaning and organizing, that's not what someone in my situation should be doing. 2 days have passed and I'm still right here where I started. Just enjoy it! All the residents seem to be perfectly ordinary people. They weren't involved in any conspiracy, weren't communicating with aliens, and had no idea about time warps. Of course, each of them is a bit peculiar, but those peculiarities do not seem out of line at all. Moreover, if I had met any of these pioneers in my familiar world, I wouldn't suspect anything wrong. They seem to be even more normal and natural than, let's say, yours truly. This line of reasoning was quite logical. The illogical part was the absence of answers. Ordinary people in an extraordinary place. I've heard and seen that already, somewhere. Dozens of pioneers, or even more, live their familiar lives and do their regular stuff day by day. They don't understand that the world around them is not what it looks like. Okay, but this is their point of view. As for me, I'm not acquainted with the world of the Sovyonok camp and its residents, even if they seem to behave the way normal people would under the same circumstances. I have to decide here and now, are those people involved in what's happening to me? Can they give me any answers? Or do I have to seek the truth somewhere else? It seems I overdid it a bit with the thinking there is no usual crowd of hungry pioneers near the canteen. Or even inside the canteen. Most of them probably had their breakfast before 9 AM. That's even better, two's company, three's crowd. Lena was sitting in the farthest corner of the canteen, lazily picking with her fork at an amorphous lump that vaguely resembled porridge. Having a breakfast with her seems like a good idea. We can have a chat in peace. Or at least try to have one. I was on the way to her table when suddenly somebody grabbed me by the sleeve. Xenia, the librarian. Get your meal and come, we need to talk. What are you waiting for? I was a bit confused. Pardon, isn't this a bit too sudden? What's wrong? Get your meal and sit down. I suppose that she considers her behavior completely normal. Sorry, but I promised Lena. Fine, wait a minute. Actually, I maybe he will say sorry for winning the game. I was sure that Lena wouldn't mind if I sat next to her. Hold on, wait a second. Sorry, maybe later. I gently loosened my sleeve from her grip and headed to the furthest corner of the canteen. Xenia was shouting something in my direction, but I tried to ignore her. Hi, good morning. Having heard the librarian shouting, Lena had been stealing glances at me for a while. Morning? Strangely enough, she didn't blush, but smiled instead. Would you mind if I join you? I will get my meal and be back in no time. Yeah, sure. Yes! In a minute, I was already sitting in front of her with a simple set of plates on a tray. Porridge, 2 poached eggs, 4 pieces of wet bird, a boiled sausage and a glass of compote made of unknown fruits and berries. Have a nice meal. Thanks. I was trying to eat as neatly as I could, no chomping, smearing the food, or spilling the compote over myself. It seems that eating like a human and not like a hog was not that hard at all. As usual, Lena remained silent, which means I should start the conversation. Going to the dance tonight? Probably. She was silent for a while. And you? I don't know yet. Though I didn't want to go there at all. I didn't like dance parties since my school days. Why so? What do you mean? My mind was still far away in my school times. Why don't you want to go? I didn't say I don't want to. Okay then. But if you're inviting me... Lena turned red and looked away. I don't really... Sorry, just kidding. I felt confused. I better not joke like that. Fine. Lena said indifferently and focused on her food, while her face turned even more red. Why am I stuck on this dance as if we have nothing else to talk about? But wait, is there actually anything? By the way, maybe you know what Xenia wanted to ask me. Huh? I mean, when I just came in, she wanted something from me. I don't know. I see. The conversation reached a dead end, so I tried to seem fully focused on my meal. Lena finished her breakfast first. I should go. See you later. See you. I was finishing chewing on the sausage, which tasted like a twisted pair cable. I wonder if they have internet access here. I guess not. A pioneer sitting at the next table noticed me talking to myself and stared at me. I smiled and waved to him in return. After such a friendly greeting, he, for some reason, left the canteen quickly without finishing his breakfast. Done with the food, it's time to search for some clues. Sometime later, I finally came to the infirmary. I had nothing to do in that place. Though the nurse seemed quite caring, it's better to keep distance from her. No, that's not true. Such a benevolence is actually scary. She may know something, but I just hadn't the courage to enter the infirmary. Moreover, I had no reason to. Not a single one. Immersed in my own thoughts, I didn't notice the nurse who was standing on the porch. Hi there, pioneer! Hi there! She came closer. You must be sick. Do you come for medicine? No, I was just wandering around. Oh, a truant, I see. But if you're here, I have a serious task for you. I gave her a look of inquiry. The word task made me feel uneasy. It sounded like something inevitable. The nurse smiled spitefully. You both will help me to make an inventory of the supplied medicine which arrived today. Both? Who are we? Perhaps I misheard. But what could be confused with? What word could be confused with both? Hi again. Then I emerged from behind the nurse's back. It seems strange that I hadn't noticed her until now. Come here after dinner. I have explained everything to Lena. She will tell you what to do. Medicine, huh? Supplied today. But Olga Dmitrievna told me that no bus would arrive in the next couple of days. So there were visitors to our camp today? Yeah, they arrived from the city this morning. Why are you asking? Just curious. Alright then, pioneer. So tonight, after dinner, you'll be here. Okay. Maybe Lena was barely noticeable this whole time. Surely she's able to remain invisible like a skilled ninja. I could do it on my own. Strange, she seemed more spirited during lunch. No way, there are lots of boxes. And the pioneer is always ready. Isn't that so, pioneer? Why such a face? She gazed at me and smiled menacingly. I don't want to spend the whole evening doing something like this, and I've got more important things to do. But rejecting this request would be really improper. If it wasn't Lena who was standing here, I would definitely think my way out. No, you wouldn't! Okay, I will come. Nice! That's how a true pioneer should answer. Even after these words, I barely came a step closer to be prepared. Always prepared motto. Then, you can go. I looked at Lena, who was still staring at the ground. I guess all the time she spent staring at the ground was enough to learn everything there is to know about the life and habits of different insects. Plus, Lena likes to read, so she probably read many biological, botanical and so on books. Perhaps she wants to become an entomologist. Where do you head next? Lena's words drew me away from the obscure thoughts. We'd been standing at the square for some time, and my speculations about bugs, leaves, were only an attempt to escape this awkward situation. For why did I see it awkward? As awkward. Just don't forget, alright? Don't forget what? Well, tonight after dinner, at the infirmary. Her face got a slightly grumpy look to it. No way, it's impossible. Alright, right after dinner, I am at your service. I thought too late at my words, then I blushed even harder. I need to find a way to ease this situation. Why did this nurse ask you to do it? I don't know. I was just sitting on the bench and reading a book when she came in. It's smart to ask a credible person. Who would never say no? Okay. Well then, after dinner. Okay. I'll be off then. Yeah, sure. She walked off somewhere beside the clubs, and I just stood at the square for some time. So what's next? I decided to visit my cabin in order to collect my phone. I don't know where I'll find myself today, but having a watch is always useful. For having a wristwatch is much easier. Suddenly I heard a different tune, which was cutting through the usual noise of the camp. I listened to it carefully. Sounds like an electric guitar. 3 repeating chords, no more. But this melody still felt somehow warm, as if a vacuum tube-based audio amplifier was used. Could there be such a luxury here? The sound was definitely coming from somewhere near the stage area. I wonder who that could be. I should go tell. Who cares? I better keep on looking more elsewhere. Huh. Well, we probably will know at this dancing, right? Because, you know, dance party, music, and we'll know. So, this one? Whoever that is, what's the big deal? I have better things to do. I came back to the leader's cabin. Olga Dmitrievna was lying lazily on her bed and reading a book. Semyon, what are you doing here? That's what I could ask her too. I've forgotten something. So I came back. You were absent at the lineup. Oh yeah, I apologize. Alright. Nevertheless, you should do something useful today. Just as I planned. But I have my own vision of what useful means. Like, you could go to the square to help with the cleaning. Slavia is in charge there. Strange, I'd just been there and hadn't seen anyone. Or you could visit the boys at the labyrinth club. They asked me for a hand. Those fathers of invention again. Finally, you could help at the sports club. What are they up to? They're renewing the pitch, fixing the benches, changing the goal nets, and so on. Honestly, none of those options suited me. Why is she always trying to burden me with work? Because you were at that type of camp. Seriously, except for Slavia, no one ever works here, while some people in particular are enjoying their free time with a youthful spirit. Every one of the leaders' attempt to keep me busy seems to serve only on one purpose, to prevent me from finding out my current location. Really, all the deep and vital questions concerning my existence are swept away by a broom, together with all the rubbish and litter. In my case, taking some time to work would probably pay off, but just like someone suffering gangrene and rejecting an amputation, I will stand by my beliefs. You know, I already had my own arrangements. Already? What kind of arrangements? She backed up. Well, I can't just tell her what I'm really thinking about. On the other hand, why not? No, it's too dangerous. At least now I maintain a frigid balance and nothing is threatening me. Everything seems that way. Just as I thought. What exactly she thought remained secret. You probably have not yet realized how important it is to participate in social life. This is the only way to become a pioneer capable of being a role model. I didn't want to sit through another lecture, so I decided to accept one of the offers. Sometimes the answers in this world can be found in the most unexpected places. Or at least so I wanted to believe. So, should I choose for you? The leader's voice turned authoritative. I can do it myself, thank you. I murmured and left the cabin. Slavia. Giant. No. No. Well, it might be interesting, but no, we are not here for guys. Sports club. I don't know. Something with nets. It's not hard to do. Slavia. Well, she's the most friendly and we've seen her naked. Always choose the lesser of two evils. Two evils, they say. Well, of three in this case. Slavia wasn't evil at all, so my choice was obvious. Any rational being keeps his house clean, but I usually perceived house cleaning as somewhat akin to gym workouts, Yeah, it's a good for you, but not my sort of thing at all. However, I like the ideas of painting benches or of helping to future geniuses of Russian or Soviet science even less. Alright, let's end that episode here and we will help Slavia in the next one. See you then, bye!